Every so often you may hear people talking about the Skydiver Resurrection Award group and wonder what they are or who they are. Well, as you're about to find out, they are people who, for whatever reason, were out of the sport for 10 years or more and then came back, often with a renewed enthusiasm. And at Skydive Arizona in November 2014, they also set an international record. Note that no FAI or USPA record qualifiers were applied. All we wanted to do was get one frame of video or stills of as many members in contact with each other in one group. After the jump, I spoke to a few of the SRA members. They were Tim Long, Kim Barden and David Robinson. To start with, I asked the group's leader, Tim Long, how the group came into being.
SRA started about, 2.5, 3 years ago now. A bunch of us started to discover each other on Facebook. About 10 or 20 of us found out, we've been out of the sport 20, 30 years, and we're getting back into it all about the same time. So it started to be a fun thing. We called ourselves Zombies, and just started a little Facebook page, and after a while it started to morph a little more, and we got more people, and so we decided to call ourselves the Phoenixes. But there's only one Phoenix that rises, so at the end we became the Skydiver Resurrection Award group.
How many members are there around the world now?
About 250.
And just as an example, I suppose the minimum number is 10 years. What's the biggest number of years that people have been out and come back?
We have 3 people that come to mind. The 2 at the very top took a 47-year gap, but they aren't active. The active jumper is Iona Helswig in Canada. She was out 45 years. She's was Canadian champion in the 60s, and she's active and doing head down and sit down jumping and all that stuff in her 80s.
One of the questions we often get asked, where does the number come from? Because they seem like huge numbers.
We decided to be different from everybody, and the number is the number of days from your retiring jump to your resurrection jump is your number. So they go from 10 years, 10 times 365, up to 15 or 16,000 for the 47-year gap, something like that is our high numbers.
I'm an Australian, I'm a member, I'm over here, and we've just set a record. Kim, you're a really keen jumper here and a member. Tell us about the record that we just set.
Well, we just did a 13-way SRA record. It was comprised of all SRA members. It was a great clean jump, one single simple point out of a twin otter, 13,500 feet. It was a great skydive. Folks from the East Coast came, West Coast, here in Eloy, and yourself, Garnett, Australia. Congratulations on joining us.
Yeah, it was great being here. Now, as part of this boogie here, last night one of our members also won the swoop and chug, which is Mr. Dave.
Older members,
which is Mr. Dave Robinson, who did more of a graceful accuracy approach. Just plopped down next to the beer and then poured the beer down as though he was using a suction pump.
Yeah, I don't swoop, so it wasn't a swoop and chug. It was a land and drink. So, yeah, I was lucky enough to land close to the can, popped it open and poured it down, So it's like, don't breathe, just pour it down your throat. So it worked out great. Got a lift ticket out of it.
As for what is next for the group, who knows? Many older skydivers may be aware that if they've had a break of 10 years or more, they may be eligible for membership. Note that there are no fees, lots of fun, and great people to spend time with. Back to you, Dave.